Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, to all the Telanganites and also to the non-locals who are working in our state. I would like to discuss a very important and a serious issue of Telangana that we are having at this point of time. That is malnutrition in children of Telangana, which is actually soaring. This is the third Telangana issue I have been discussing in the Telangana issue series. The last issue that we have discussed was Nalgonda fluoride disaster. This issue is number 3, malnutrition in Telangana's children. We are going to discuss. All these issues are basically oriented towards writing the mains answer in Group 1 examination. Obviously, whatever I will be discussing with regard to the facts and the schemes are useful for any of the examination you are writing under the sky of TGPSC. Now let us understand what is this situation that we are having. The headlines in the newspapers and the news media channels are running like this. 33% of the children in Telangana are malnourished. As a state CM or a state administrator, how do you feel it? Are you very happy with this number? What happened to our state from 2014 to 2024? Are we not able to at least remove malnutrition? Not able to feed our children to that levels? Are we having so less money with us? So financial constraints we are having that we are not able to at least remove the malnutrition from our children? Then what is the problem in our Telangana? We are building ORR. Our GDP has grown from 4.1% to 4.9% with regard to India's contribution composition. Our per capita income from 2014 was around 1.5 lakh. It has actually tripled, like 3.5 lakhs it has become. With lot of IT companies, lot of air with regard to the city of Hyderabad. All shiny things that we are able to see. Nighttime economic policies are coming into being. Everything is looking so beautiful, so awesome, so aesthetic. We are number 1 country with regard to the growth. Then what about these issues? Who will take care of them? We are actually forgetting the core issues of Telangana, because if we don't talk about it, then who will talking about it? I am very anyhow upset with all the media channels, whether they are in Urdu, English or Telugu, whatsoever. They are just publishing the findings of the report of malnutrition of children in Telangana, just leaving it. No prime time debates, no newspaper debates, no social debates, no discussion on the Facebook, social media channels also. NGOs and civil society organizations are doing their job, but still not up to the mark that this issue should come into the light, so that government will take swift action and a faster action in order to remove our children from the malnutrition. How long we have to suffer from this particular issue? This is a very important point. 33% of the children of Telangana are malnourished. And I'm not talking about 11-year, 12-year or 15-year children. I'm talking about the very, very godly children. Like who are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years children. And we are having this problem. And since 15 years we are not able to remove it, 10 years of statehood. That's a very sad state of affairs. Sir, we don't want ORR, we don't want RRR, Regional Ring Road also. We don't want a lot of IT companies to come in. Okay, sir, we don't want, what I say is that any kind of, many of the lavish things. Please, take out some money from all of this and give it to the children, so that make a plan, make a reform, make a proper policy, malnutrition removal policy, malnutrition eradication policy in the children, instead of just going on developing centers, okay, which are not having any accountability. Make sure that in the next 2-3 years, we do not have any children suffering from the malnutrition. 33% is not a small number. They are the future of Telangana's building block. That is a major important issue that we have to take care of. I will like to put you in a situation of malnutrition and just tell me, how does it feel to you?
This is Jojo, and this is where he lives. Jojo is the 5th out of 7 children, and because there are many of them, most of the time, they don't have enough food to eat or enough money to buy different kinds of food. It's also hard for them to get water for drinking and cleaning the house, because the well in the village is about an hour's walk away. The water isn't clean all the time and sometimes causes Jojo and his siblings to suffer from stomach aches and diarrhea. All these contribute to the malnutrition and especially stunting suffered by Jojo and the other children in the village. That's why their parents, Kaloy and Tess, are worried, because they know that stunting and malnutrition can affect the physical and mental development of their children, which means they might not do very well when they grow up.
Suppose you are a parent and you are having a child, you met your friend who is also having a child and both of your child are of same age. And you notice that your child is having lesser height and lesser weight when compared to your friend's child. How do you feel it? And how the student should feel it? The child should feel it. They go to the school. Okay, in the school, lot of extracurricular activities are there. The bigger, the healthier one, according to the studies, will perform very well, it seems, with regard to the ASR report, which is published by the Pratham NGO. They clearly told that heighter and fatter children's, they told like that. I'm not saying, I can say that healthier. Those who are having good height, those who are having good nutrition, those who are having healthier bodies, they are actually performing very well with regard to the academics and also to the sports activities. It means what? Because of malnutrition, all of these 33% of the children has been disadvantaged when compared to other children's. And how they can ensure the equal opportunities in the future? How they can crack the examinations? How they can get the medals for our state or the country when they are already disadvantaged from the very beginning? Their body structure, their over a period of time development of mental cognition, very well mental cognition, all of these got affected. So how can we have them to be compared with the children who are well off? This is a very serious issue. Okay. Now, according to the reports, latest report which has been there in the reports, 33% of children in Telangana are malnutrition. With respect to this, some concepts I would like to tell which may be important for understanding the concept of malnutrition also. So malnutrition is nothing but determined on 4 important indicators. And in these indicators, basically if you are saying that you are malnourished or you are not malnourished, if you want to identify a particular child whether he or she is a malnourished or not, there are 3 important elements are there. Height, weight, age. Height, weight, age. Remember this point. If all of these are in proper composition as given by ICMR or WHO standards, then it's all fine. But let's suppose if a person is having less height with age, we call it as stunted child. Less height with age means age is 18 or 25 years but he is short. We call it as stunting. Now the second concept here is wasting. Height and weight means you are 5.5 or 5.6 but your weight is very very less, 50 kgs, 56 kgs. Means height is not matching with the weight. It is called as wasting. Then you are having underweight. Means age and weight. Underweight means age and weight. You are 25 years but your weight is just like 50-60. These are some of the important concepts to identify malnutrition. And apart from that, we are also having another way of understanding malnutrition in children, that is measuring the circumference of this area. In this, 2 important categories are there. One is severely acute malnutrition, moderately acute malnutrition, which is called as SAM, MAM. Severely acute malnutrition is nothing but when they measure your circumference this much, if it is less than 115 mm, then that particular child is severely acute malnutrition. Then if it is between 115 to 125 mm, we call it as moderately acute malnutrition. Right? So there are important 4 concepts are there, like 5 concepts. One is stunting, wasting, underweight, SAM, MAM. In all of these, 33% of the children of Telangana are there. Just imagine yourself that you are having a child and he is having a very thin arms and your sibling or your relative child is having a very bigger arms are there. How do you feel it? You are getting this point or not? Yes. So then you see their activities. The child who is having very good circumference and is not malnourished, he can able to lift the things very properly. Okay, he understands the things very properly with regard to the cartoons if they are watching. He runs very faster. And see your child who is malnourished, they cannot do that. So just imagine how it is impacting his development from the very beginning of his age. Okay, now I would like to talk about some important challenges and the way forward that we are having. Before going into the discussion also, I would like to tell you there are a number of programs the government of Telangana and also India is actually implementing. We are having like Bal Amrutam is there, Poshan Abhiyan is there, Anganwadi scheme is there, ICDS scheme is there. Okay, Mother and Child Health Kit is there. Breakfast scheme is recently proposed by Miss Sitaka ma'am is there. Rashtriya Swasth Bharat Karikram Yojana is there from the national levels. So many schemes are going on. But then why this 33% is there? Is it the problem with regard to the implementation? Is it the problem with regard to the food supply? That you are not able to supply that things to the children, that is a problem? Or you are supplying, they are not implementing the proper schemes. Is that a problem? Okay, what is the problem that we are not able to reduce the malnutrition from after launching a number of schemes? So let us now talk about the challenges and the way forwards with the help of which we will take the malnutrition to remove from our state. Let us go ahead. If we dwell more into the findings of this particular report, we found that Telangana has highest percentage of stunting growth children in all the southern states. Kerala has lowest. Now just imagine a point here. Suppose you have done one assignment. The assignment has got 25 marks out of 25. Should I learn from you or not? Yes, I should learn from you. When we are having a southern state, Kerala, which is very well doing with regard to removal of malnutrition in children, why don't we learn from them? Why don't we send a team there, how they are actually implementing the model of removal or providing nutrition to the children? Learn from there and try to modify or try to customize accordingly. Try to inculcate the major benchmark practices that they are following. We can also remove it. But why this kind of studies are not being taken up? This is the big question. And the findings also says that approximately 47,000 children in our Telangana are SAM and MAM category. So bad. And very highly urbanized districts like Hyderabad, Rangareddy, Sangareddy, Medchal, they are actually in the category of what? 10,000 wasting cases are there. And these are the districts which are very poor and considered as very poor in food supply district. Means in this district, the food is not being supplied to the Anganwadi centers, not being supplied to the government schools, not being supplied to the children where they are residing actually. It means you are not supplying the food. That is the reason you are supplying very poor the food to the children. That's the reason they are getting malnourished. So it's a very simple thing. No, even the highest and the best cities of our state are not able to supply the food. It is very bad state of affairs. It's completely lack of implementation problem with regard to our GHMC or the state government. Okay, the items include Bal Amrutam is there, which is a package of all the important items. Murukuls were there. Okay, pulses, red gram dal, milk, eggs, oil. All of these actually, these districts have to supply to the Anganwadi centers and also wherever the child residential schools are there. But the supply itself is not happening, means how they can eat and become nourished. This is the major problem. Okay. Now, why this particular malnutrition problems are there in our state persistently? One of the study has said that improved sanitation facilities wherever are there, no? There the malnutrition is less. So it means what are the biggest challenge here? Lack of sanitation facilities is also one of the cause of malnourishment. Second one here is behavioral changes. The parents and the teachers, everyone should inculcate the behavior of hand washing, cleaning, okay, not standing at the place which is having dirt, drainage, etc. So behavioral changes, lack of behavioral changes is also second important reason of malnutrition. The third one here is maternal education. It has been known that the mothers who are educated are actually making the child more nourished than the mothers who are not educated. Fourth problem is lack of income security. The parents or the families which are having good sustainable income, their children are actually having what? Better nourishment than those children which are not having sustainable income. Fifth point here is urban and rural disparities are there. It's very common that urban centers are having what? Good health infrastructure, easily available nourished food items will be there, or income levels are also high in the urban areas. That's why urban children are less malnourished than the rural children. The last one we are having it, data gaps. In number of studies, National Family Health Survey are doing, our economic survey will also do, Niti Aayog will also do. So many reports are there on the same indicators. Then which one to be implemented is a very big issue. Why not the government of India and the state government should actually work together in a cooperative federalism and make sure that these all such things will synergize and one data will be given to the state so that they can properly implement on it. So these are some of the important challenges that I have listed. Now let us see the way forward. So the first challenge what we have discussed, lack of sanitation facility. Now we have to improve the sanitation facility because it is directly linked with what? Removal of malnutrition. So Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has to be like 2.0, has to be fastened and fast track in order to make sure that wherever children are there, we have to improve the sanitation facilities. The second is what? Behavioral changes, promoting hand washing, hygiene, disposal practices. All of these should be part of our day-to-day life. Then the child will also develop in such a way and will get less affected with the diseases that actually harms his development. That's why it is always said that the children should not fall ill all the time, which are infants or toddlers, you can say. If they're falling again and again ill and toddler, all the energy will go for fighting the diseases and they will have very stunted and malnourished body. So don't let your children or the toddler or infants to fall ill all the time. The fourth here is higher levels of maternal educations are important. So maternal mothers should be given good education with regard to nutrition of the child, what to do, what not to do, what to feed, what not to feed, etc. Okay, all this to be taught and awareness to be created. Okay, wealthier household has, as I've told you, lower rates of malnutrition. It means income security is very important. So ensure that rural households are having income security in the form of Manrega, in the form of any other scheme, so that their income will not get harmed and the process of continuously nourishing the child should go on. Urban and rural disparities, anyhow we discussed. Improve rural disparities. Okay, rural health infrastructure that caters to what? Child welfare and development. Just like we are having Basti Dawakhana, we also have Palle Dawakhana is also there. So in the same way, this kind of centers should also be initiated, introduced into the rural areas. Okay, in every like 3-4 village, one center especially dedicated for what? Supply of nourished food to the children should be established, with the help of which we can remove the malnutrition in our state. So I hope this is all clear to you. Make sure that you spread it as much as you can. We do not want our children to be malnourished because they are the building blocks of Telangana state in future. They may represent in parliament, they may represent in assembly, they may represent us on the national international levels. They may become scientists, they may become the awesome doctors, they may become very great engineers, software developers. We never know. All the hidden talents from the remotest area to the rural to the urban area has to be tapped. That is a major aim of the government. For that, being healthy is more important. Take care. Bye-bye. I'll come with the third, fourth issue. Have a nice day.